Hello, welcome to Podblivion. I'm Void, and this is
Cassie.
She's my sister. This is a video podcast. We talk about nerdy stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cut you off and get right into it.
Oh, okay, geez. Well, sorry, I had to wrap up the last episode because we're about to run out of time. But yes, I will let you finish your thought now.
Okay.
We're talking about Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
So we were talking about Star Wars: The Clone Wars because I was explaining, we were talking about having more emotion when watching TV shows and how I cried for the first time when watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Just a brief summary. I'm mad. And anyway,
Man!
and we started talking about how white is like neutral and purity, and how Ahsoka's lightsabers changed colors when she like lost belief in the Force or the Jedi specifically. Anyway, you asked me what colors mean, specifically purple.
Yeah, because Mace Windu, he's awesome.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Samuel L. Jackson probably was just like, I want a purple lightsaber, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then they probably came up with the meaning later.
No, that's absolutely what happened. They had to, like, think of a canon reason for that.
Yeah. According to AI Overview, purple represents a balance between the light and dark sides of the Force, often used by Jedi who can wield both light and dark powers.
So that's what I heard. But I just want to make sure that's what was right.
Yeah.
So Mace Windu is he just happens to be on the good side, but he can tap into like a bit of techniques from both sides.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so strong.
And the common colors are blue and green. Blue represents justice, loyalty, and protection, often associated with Jedi Guardians who prioritize combat and conflict resolution. Meanwhile, green symbolizes harmony, peace, and diplomacy associated with Jedi. This might be spelled wrong. Counselors, I think, is what they mean. They spelled it consulars.
It's probably counselors.
Yeah, who focus on the mental aspect of the Force, wisdom, and balance.
Okay. See, I'm glad you brought that up. Explain that, because I was wondering what green meant. Because those are the two most common colors with light side users, especially the people that were part of the Republic.
And doesn't Obi-Wan Kenobi have green?
He has blue.
He has blue. Okay.
Yes, he's always had blue. Even as Ben Kenobi, he had blue. Yoda had green.
Okay.
And so did Qui-Gon Jinn.
Ah, okay. Because I was like, there were a couple Jedi Masters that were teaching other people that had green.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Meanwhile, the people that were learning, maybe it was Anakin then, before he turned to the dark side, had blue.
Yeah, Anakin definitely had blue, Obi-Wan had blue, Ahsoka had blue. Yeah. A lot of the Jedi that were just continuously just fighting during the Clone Wars had blue. Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. Yeah, so Yoda having green and Qui-Gon Jinn having green lightsabers.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because they were more like teachers, and honestly, while they did do fighting, they were really good at fighting. They were more of just like the
guidance.
Yeah, they were wise. They were very in tune with the Force, like more in tune with the Force than most characters. In
right.
And shout out to Liam Neeson for continuing to reprise his role as Qui-Gon Jinn. He continued to voice that character as like a Force ghost in the Clone Wars.
He was dedicated, man.
Dude, I respect him so much for that. He could have easily just like forgotten that role. He's like, nah, man, I really like this.
Yeah. He was like, this is something. I gotta continue with it.
There's this like joke that that Liam Neeson stumbled into the set of The Phantom Menace drunk and mumbling about midichlorians. And then George Lucas was like, yes, midichlorians, let's use that.
That's you. Let's go.
You know what midichlorians are, right?
Something in... Hold on, let me look.
It's supposed to be like a scientific explanation for why some people are more in tune with the Force and some people are not.
Ah.
It's like a microorganism or something like that is found within the body, and it's just like something that they brought up in in The Phantom Menace that got a lot of flack for it.
Weird.
And they're just like, oh yeah, Liam Neeson just stumbled into the set drunk and just started mumbling about midichlorians, and then they just went with it.
They're just like, okay, cool. New plot.
I don't even remember, like, I just remember him saying midichlorians, and then that's like all I remember. It was just like, he just turns to young Anakin, midichlorians, and just spouted off about midichlorians, and then it never came up again.
Oh my god.
But it's just so funny.
Oh my god.
I love it so much for that. Oh, the midichlorians.
By the way, did you finish your train of thoughts for Sword Art Online?
Did I?
I think we got to talking about crying, and then
oh yeah. Just crying, just straight up just crying.
We're just talking about crying.
Yeah, would we just be Sunday crying?
Yeah. Anyway, we got to talk about crying, and that's why we got on the Clone Wars tangent. But
weird that like the things that have made me cry the most are either animated or about like pets.
Yeah.
I think the only other time. That actually, Sword Art Online was not the first time I cried. The first time I cried because of something I was watching was this movie called Fluke.
Okay.
I think you've seen this like
Maybe.
once.
Maybe.
It was this guy dies and gets reincarnated as a dog.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a bit of an old movie. It was either early 2000s or late 90s. But he's just trying to piece together what happened to him.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where at the very end of the movie, he leads his wife to his gravestone.
My heart.
And he like just digs at the gravestone for a bit and just looks at her and then he runs off.
Oh!
Yeah, that got me. I actually watched that again while in college and I just fucking bawled my eyes out in front of my friends. It's like, God, it still happened. It still gets me.
God. Yeah, there are definitely certain scenes that just freaking get me, and I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Like, there was this one movie that I was watching not too long ago that, like, I was not prepared for the waterworks. Like, and I'm forgetting what it was, but it's like I kind of felt the waterworks and then go away. And then the movie would hit you with another scene and another. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, I wasn't prepared for this. Jeez. But yeah, so is that all the shows you've been watching recently?
So Sword Art Online, there's something else I don't know if you know about. It's like a spin-off of Sword Art Online. It's called Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's different characters, so it's not following the main story.
Yes, I've watched that.
You have.
I have.
Damn it.
I watched
I was hoping
that.
there'd be something else that I stumbled across that you hadn't seen yet.
I swear, I looked up all of the shit and I watched it. Besides the offline thing, I did not know about that.
Did you watch the special extra episode of Sword Art Online? It was like it was kind of like a recap episode, but also like a beach episode rolled into one. It was like an hour long.
I might not have.
No, an hour and 40 minutes.
I think I might have skipped like recap stuff, so maybe not.
I mean, there was some new stuff like at the end, like. I mean, they had a bit of fan service of, like, showing all the female characters in the bikinis.
Wait, that actually kind of seems familiar.
Yeah, they were teaching, what's her name? Kirito's sister how to swim.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was just preparation for the summer event quest.
Yes.
And then they go into, like, a underwater ruin, and there's, which I did not remember, but I kind of figured out the identity of the old man real quick, because I was like, wait, if you rearrange that guy's letters, it just spells Kraken. And so...
Yes, I definitely watched this. Why? Why?
Yeah. Just the show just being pervy.
Like, what the... Who... Like, okay, seriously? For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I googled the Sword Art Online beach episode, and there's just literally a scene of one of the girls, I'm forgetting her name.
You probably shouldn't describe it. It's just too much. It's too much.
Anyway, it's groping.
Okay, there she goes.
It's groping. That's all you need to know.
She goes.
Like, that's not okay. Like, who thinks that's okay? Come on now.
I'm just gonna cheat the system and do this.
Yes.
See ya.
Anyway, yeah, I've seen that as well.
Really? Okay.
So I don't know there's much I haven't seen.
There's a second season of Gun Gale Online. It's a sort of online alternative that came out 2024.
Okay, then I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna watch that.
God. You're like, I need to beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Anything that came out recent, I have not seen.
Yeah, I'm only one episode into the Gun Gale Online show, though.
Okay.
But I do like the fact that, like, I think she's a teacher, but she's got like this little girl avatar, which is weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, is it actually just a child playing a gun game? But then it's like, oh yeah, she's a teacher. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a child. Ugh.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird in its own right, but it's like, oh no, it's an avatar. It's not actually a little girl.
Yeah.
I swear, man, the shit that anime will do to be like, oh yeah, by the way, it's like, it's not actually a little young girl. She's like 1,000 years old, or it's like,
yeah, I hate that.
Or like, oh yeah, she's like just an avatar, and she's actually like, you know, a grown woman in real life.
It's
it's a little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Well, what is that called? It's a specific fetish, I'm pretty sure, within anime.
Pedophilia.
Well, no, like, it actually is pedophilia, but there's, like, some sort of name for, like, is it lolly?
Yes.
That's what it's called, lolly.
I unfortunately know that terminology thanks to my weeb friends.
Yeah. It's called lolly, and I'm just like, why? Come on now. And every single time they create some sort of excuse of, oh no, it's not a little girl, even though it's a little girl's body. She's actually, like, 20 years old, or she's 1,000 years old because she's a vampire and they age slowly and blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh my god, really? Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now. I know what this really is.
I know what you are.
I know what you are. Anyway,
it's just a culture difference that I won't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has to be so frequent in anime, but
it's gross.
Yeah. Anyway,
speaking of lolly and fetishes.
Why are we talking about this now? I'm Michael Jordan. It's time to stop.
Well, there's an anime that I started watching, and it has a little bit of everything for fan service. But it's called, what is it?
A little bit of everything in my life.
What is it?
A little bit of everything on this side.
Hold on, I'm on the verge of something.
I guess while you're looking that up, I will just...
Sorry, found it. I just found it. Okay, so there's an anime called The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows.
Okay.
So the concept is that there's this guy that basically learned how to be a healer. He has magical powers and he can heal people.
Okay.
And most people have to go to school to do it, and he just taught himself.
Okay.
Because he never went to school, he has no reference to the power of other healers and what is normal versus what's super powerful. This guy is like, you know how in a lot of anime there's ranking systems, and there's like S rank, A, B, C, or whatever, or like tiers or whatever.
Yeah.
This dude is like fucking triple S. he's like powerful, so much so that he can heal people in an instant to the point where you don't even feel the pain.
Oh wow.
So like in combat, you could have a healer on your party and not even feel that you got hit because he heals you so fast.
Wow.
Well, his party squad kicked him out, not realizing that he was doing anything because of how rare his ability is, that they thought they were just so good at combat that they never got touched. So they kick him out. He becomes an underground healer, and like starts healing people and like becomes friends with like all the underground like dwellers, and like there's anyway, that's the whole premise. But it has a little bit of everything because it's basically kind of like a harem anime.
Oh boy.
Yeah, where
so
like
online, Kirito just gets surrounded by girls.
No, like actually, this is what that. And of course, he has no interest in any of them.
Yeah.
Like of course, but there's there's a little bit of everything. So there's like characters that like look like cats. There's lollies. There's all that stuff. So yeah, that's what reminded me of that. So that's one of the shows that I've been watching. I'm mainly watching it just because of how badass he is and his capabilities.
Right, makes sense.
There's another show where it's still the whole premise of like someone that's like super powerful and doesn't know it, called The Unaware Ateliermeister.
Ateliermeister?
Yeah, basically it basically means that like someone who has the ability of magic. And this guy, it's once again pretty much the same concept as the show I just described, where someone gets kicked out of their party and he's super strong but doesn't know it. But he has no attack ability in this other anime. He just literally can like build a house in 12 hours. He's just like, oh yeah, that's normal where I come from. And they're like, what?
Minecraft's the anime.
So it's just funny. I'm kind of briefly going over some shows I've been watching in like a speed round.
Lightning round.
Lightning round. One other thing that I started and finished was, I forget how you pronounce it. The main character is called Mash Burn Dead.
I thought you were about to say mashed potatoes.
No.
Mashed potatoes!
No, the main character is called Mash. And the show is, I don't know how you pronounced it. It's like Mashle or Mashle, or I don't even know. It's spelled Mashle. Yeah,
Weird.
I don't know. So it's like Mashle, Magic and Muscles is the show title.
Oh, okay.
It's on Netflix, but I watched it on Crunchyroll. The concept is literally Harry Potter, but the main character can't do magic.
Oh, he can't do magic.
He can't.
Okay.
So he lives in a magic world where he can't do magic, and he just gets by with pure strength. And it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen, but it was so funny.
Like a guy who wants to go for the wizard build, but he just ends up with a barbarian build instead.
No, like actually, it was so funny seeing, and everyone was like, what the hell, this dude can't do magic. Like, or for a while he was like hiding that he can't do magic. But like, for example, they literally have Quidditch, but they called it something else for legal purposes.
Right.
And this guy's like, I can't fly, what do I do? He literally jumped and started kicking his legs so fast that he could hover.
What the hell?
Or like he literally just with pure strength, he can beat the shit out of people.
Just like punches him in the face.
No, like he can run super fast. Like it's literally just like his strength is just like ridiculously powerful that he can beat all magic users.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was funny.
Oh, did I already get this?
It was pretty amusing, so I would recommend watching it if you want to.
I will put that on the list.
Okay. What else? I think that's about it in terms of the anime that I've been watching recently.
By the way, when you said
Just
Crunchyroll,
goofy.
you reminded me of something. I did try out Crunchyroll for the first time while watching Sword Art Online. I was like, okay, let's get a free trial. Let's just try this out. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Then I won't have to, like, use the other website I use for anime. Here's the thing about Crunchyroll that I learned real quickly. Now, this isn't a problem for you because you watch dubbed. Everyone boo and hiss at her. I watch subbed. Crunchyroll's subtitles fucking suck.
Yeah.
They are actually bad, so you know this.
I know this because some shows I've watched dubbed and some I've watched and subbed.
Like, okay, if you were watching Crunchyroll the whole time, and I would not blame you for watching dubbed because of some of the subtitles.
Yeah.
I understand. I can understand why you would choose dubbed over subbed if you were only watching on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Japanese is it's actually a very simple language in terms of like how many ways there are to say things, unlike English where you have all these different synonyms and expressions,
right?
And it's an ever-evolving language. You really only have like the one like way to say anything, like Like there's no like synonyms or like different expressions, but we translate it into different things because that's like that just feels more natural. I noticed I put on an episode of Sword Art Online. They were oh gosh, what were they doing? They were at the cabin, and Asano says the subtitles read, "Where should we go play today?"
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, these are two teenagers. They're not gonna talk like that. Does she mean where are we gonna go on a date? And then I go to my the what I usually use to watch anime, and it was like, where should we go have fun today? Like, where should we go hang out?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's just Crunchyroll is just wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Crunchyroll's subs just suck. And
well, so my biggest gripe with watching sub is that sometimes, like, what they're saying, like you're hearing the dialogue, it doesn't match up with the sub in terms of the speed or flow that they're talking. So you know how some words that are in English are super short and it takes them way longer to say it? Like,
yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know. Let's say in English the translation is "Hi, how are you?" and they're like blah, 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 blah. Versus it can be flipped and they say something and it's like blah blah blah, but then the translation is a long ass sentence. And so my biggest gripe is when the translation is a long ass sentence in English, the sub just flies by the screen so fast that I can't read it.
That's rarely happened to me. And that might be a difference of what, like, who is servicing the subtitles.
Yeah.
With what I use, I'd say the only time that it ever caught me off guard was like once. But usually they show like the same amount of words on screen every time they switch, and they leave it on the screen for roughly the same amount of time every time.
That hasn't been my experience, at least not with Crunchyroll.
I think Crunchyroll just sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crunchyroll, you suck. That's our verdict today. You suck.
Crunchyroll
You
sucks.
suck. And we deserve better.
Well, also, I'm so used to binge watching because of Netflix that it annoys me when it's just one episode at a time.
Oh.
Like, Crunchyroll releases episodes one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
They don't just release the whole season. Like, what I would prefer to do, which is what I do, is you cancel Crunchyroll, don't pay for it, wait 3 months until all the episodes are out, and then just binge everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna pay for 3 months to only watch one episode per week.
I have literally never been here. I'm just gonna say, I've never been up to this part of the map.
Huh.
I've never seen this fucking hill before in my life.
Never explored here, wow.
Yeah. Okay, rock. But yeah. Crunchyroll sucks, and maybe that's just gonna be the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll sucks.
Like, I'd rather... The only way it's worth it is if you're watching multiple series at a time, so you get 3 to 4 episodes per week, because, you know, one might release on Monday, one releases on Thursday, one releases on Friday and Saturday or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's the best way to watch anime as it's releasing, if it's only one per week, is to, like, basically watch 4 anime at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the only way it's worth it. Now, I mean, Crunchyroll is not super expensive. I think it's only like $8 a month or something.
Roughly.
But still, I'm just like, come on, just like release the whole thing all at once and let me binge watch it.
I've never encountered this NPC either. His name is Water, and he likes bugs.
He's how you say water in Colorado.
I'm out a bottle of water.
I want some water.
At least it's not. His name isn't a bottle of water.
Oh God.
The way you say it in Britain. A bottle of water.
Oh, bottle of water. Maybe we just offended some Brits.
I have at least a few British viewers. Hey, love you guys.
Anyway.
I'm jealous of your crumpets. Okay, this guy can shut up. I don't care about darners.
Yeah, what is he blabbing about?
Just insects. He's like, I like insects.
I like insects.
Unlike Blathers in Animal Crossing.
But anyway, MASH, Magic and Muscles is probably the one show I would recommend.
The one show?
Well, out of all of them that I'm currently watching,
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if I'd recommend the other ones, but MASH was really entertaining.
Okay.
So, it was pretty funny.
Is that the one where it's like the kid kind of looks like Harry Potter? Like he's got like a
Yes.
scar and he's got like a bowl haircut?
No, he legit looks like Harry Potter. Like, it's just Harry Potter.
Okay.
I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, especially the early episodes, for sure. It's like, he's entering a school. He has to take a test to enter the school. He's, like, the main character. And, of course, like, people just, like, once they learn about who he is as a person, they just automatically love him. Like, it's literally just Harry. Like, they have a different version of Quidditch with literally the quaffle and the everything is just Harry Potter.
The hairy world of Wizzy Pizzy.
Yeah, so it's just Harry Potter, except Harry Potter can't use magic, and so he just punches his way through life. So, it was entertaining.
Where is this Korok? Where did you go?
I think that's all the shows that
There you
I've
are.
been watching recently. Do you have any other shows, or do you want to move to
There is
topics?
one, actually.
Okay,
There's
more.
one that I forgot about. So there's this video game series that I have. I played a while ago. Like, I think I finished it while in college. And it's very near and dear to my heart. And the creative visionary behind the Castlevania show made a show for this game series.
Okay.
Devil May Cry.
Oh, I think you've mentioned this before.
Yes. It since our last recording session about a month ago, or even longer, I have seen all of it. There's been one season so far. There's going to be a second one, I believe.
Okay.
And I would say if you enjoyed the Castlevania show, you would enjoy this.
Nice.
Now, my difference in watching this versus watching Castlevania is that I actually know what to expect because I have played Devil May Cry. And let me tell you, it's actually really obvious as a Devil May Cry fan what has been remixed.
Oh.
Like, Adi Shankar changes things up, and I realize this now after seeing the Devil May Cry show. That's what happened with Castlevania. Like, there were characters that were met that probably wouldn't necessarily have met in the games, and stuff happening that I don't know if there's like a timeline of events that happens in Castlevania, but I think it was definitely out of order as per Adi Shankar's vision.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. My friend did not. He was like, oh yeah, there's like a narrative he's trying to push here. And like,
Whatever.
he was making heavy comparisons to a certain real world event, which I could see, but I was like, I don't think he's trying to make a statement. I think he's just using that as like a storytelling device.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, you're not gonna know what I mean unless you see it, but
Okay.
I was satisfied with the action and the portrayal of the main character. His name is Dante. It was just what I wanted, and I was like, this is awesome. This kicks ass. Let's fucking go.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the best way to watch TV shows is just kind of watch it, and what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, I mean, I'm not trying to insult your friend here, but I just want to say that the people that are like, oh, they're trying to push a narrative or blah, 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 and like are like snobby about TV shows, just like get off your high horse and like whatever, just enjoy the show.
I only have a
Or
problem
don't
with
watch
it if the narrative or like agenda, so to speak, is if they put so much focus on that the show suffers because of it.
Okay, sure. I
like
agree.
like casting choices, if you know what I mean.
That reminds me of they're gonna be doing a Harry Potter TV show, and
That's just to like get everyone talking about it. I know what you're talking about. That's just to
And-
like get the public eye on it.
the casting choice for Snape
Yeah.
is black.
Yeah, dude.
And what's funny is now everybody's making jokes about having a black Professor Snape because Snape is literally the one guy in the entire universe where Harry Potter's like, that guy is fishy. And also there's literally a plot, I don't think it was adapted into the movies, but there's literally a plot where Harry Potter's father and his friends, who are all white, are bullying Professor Snape, and they hang him from a tree.
Yeah, that's not gonna go over well.
With a black actor? No, it is not.
What's crazy about that is it could be funny depending on like it doesn't matter who greenlit that. Either way, it's going to be funny. If J.K. Rowling greenlit that, she's just trying to make people mad. If the Harry Potter people greenlit that, they are idiots for not knowing what the source material is.
No, legit. Like, I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go over if like you have a black Professor Snape, but literally the source material is that he gets bullied by Harry Potter's dad, because Harry Potter's dad was not actually a good person growing up.
Yeah, that's what we learned as per Snape's backstory.
Right. And Snape was in love with Lily, Harry Potter's mom, and so that's part of the backstory as well. But Lily and... what is his name? Mr. Potter. What is his name? I'm forgetting.
What is his name?
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter.
I'm forgetting Harry Potter's dad's...
Was it Thomas Potter?
No, I don't think so.
Harold Potter?
What?
No, that's too close to Harry.
No, that's way too close to...
Oh, yes, Harold Potter.
Harold Potter. Hold on.
Beloved character of Harry Potter.
James Potter.
James
Potter.
Something British.
Notoriously bullied, like really badly bullied Snape.
Yeah.
And they literally used a spell to levitate him and then left him hanging in a tree.
Okay, when you said hanging, I thought you meant like by a rope. I was like,
I think they turned him upside down and attached like the bottom of his pants to like a tree branch or something.
Damn.
But they still left him hanging in a tree. And then he like struggled to get down. And it's like, okay, well, in the original source material, everybody was white in that situation, so it was just bullying, but it wasn't about race. But it would look really bad if you have a bunch of white people bullying the one black kid in the whole school. And then you have Harry Potter being like, look at that professor, he seems suspicious. Oh, and then also there's the fact that Hermione lit him on fire.
Oh, no.
There was a scene where Hermione... Well, because they thought that it was the first book. It was the first book. They thought that Snape was casting a spell on Harry Potter during a Quidditch match.
Oh, right.
But really it was Professor Quirrell.
Well, she didn't like full on light him on fire. She just smoked his robes or something.
Yeah,
like that.
she lit his robes on fire to like make him break his attention.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was Snape, but in reality it was Professor Quirrell. But still, the fact that you're lighting on fire the one black professor in the whole school, how do you think that's gonna look?
Yeah, it's also it's just the recast, the blatantly different recast feels a bit disrespectful to the guy who originally played him, who was such a goated actor.
Alec.
Not Baldwin. Don't say Baldwin. It's not Baldwin.
No. Alec Rickman?
Alan Rickman.
Rickman, I
yes,
think.
He was really good. Oh, it's under the staircase? Okay. Yeah, it just seems kind of disrespectful. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily disrespectful to the actor. I just think you need to take the source material into consideration.
Yeah, I mean, because that guy passed away.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to replace Dumbledore like 3 times during the original movies.
Right, but he looked similar enough to the original Dumbledore actor. I'm just saying. Well, no. I think here's the thing. I don't have a problem with them changing race of the actors. I mainly am just talking about make it make sense. Right.
And so going back to our original conversation about how like I think the people who get pissed off because they're like, oh, it's pushing an agenda, might be reading too much into it, unless, to your point, it's just so, the casting choices is so bad because they truly are trying to push an agenda.
Right.
But, like, for example, you know, we, in our last recording session, we were talking about, at your old college, someone was talking about how the creator of Attack on Titan was, like, a Nazi because they were exploring the idea of, like, a concentration camper, basically.
Yeah, but that's just like reusing like a historical example, and
right,
and exploring that concept further, and like,
yeah. So my point being, that was not pushing an agenda.
Yeah, and I would argue it was actually someone who was like sympathetic with that, like with the people who suffered through the Holocaust.
Right.
Like that seems like something that would be something that somebody who was sympathetic of that would do. But like I don't understand. People at my college were not the brightest. Like
right, but regardless, I just think you should watch a show and be like, what you see is what you get. It's not, you shouldn't be reading so much into it to where you can't enjoy the show, because it's, regardless of whatever political belief you have, you think it's pushing some sort of agenda, and then it pisses you off. Just like enjoy the show.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy the show unless the writing is bad.
Right. My only argument to where I do get mad about it pushing some sort of agenda is if it doesn't make sense. Like, for example, I've talked about Disney princesses and how a lot of the Disney princesses have...
God, that's a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is a whole rabbit hole, but just a brief spiel. A lot of the Disney princesses have a country of origin.
Yeah.
And so you can't just basically take the same Disney princess and turn it black, like what Disney has been doing.
We are in some thin ice right now. I'm just gonna...
I know. But my point is create a new Disney, like Tiana,
yeah,
in Princess and the Frog, loved her. Moana, loved her. Create a new Disney princess and a new story. Don't change somebody just because of that agenda.
Right.
So in that case, yes, I'll get mad about them pushing an agenda, because yes, I want representation, but just create a new Disney princess then. In terms of casting for Snape, I don't think it's going to look great because of the original source material. So my point being, take the original source material into consideration.
Oh, God.
For example, like, I don't think it would really matter if any of the three main trio were black. Like, now I think a lot of people would get mad if the Weasleys did not stay ginger, because that was like the whole thing of their family. Like they were able to be recognized as
also
Weasleys.
Ron's family is poor, also knows magic.
Yeah.
What?
Well, because it's like Ron's family had a bunch of kids. They were all ginger and they all had hand-me-down robes, which is how, even though they were pureblood, because they were poor, they got bullied. By other purebloods that were rich. So I think they have to keep him ginger to like as like a recognizable feature, because that's how they recognized the Weasleys in the book. Right. But like Hermione, like I think if she was black, like it wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
you know?
There's actually a bit of like there's actually this whole thing where like people were reading into whether or not she was black because of the way something was worded in one of the books, but then they're like, oh yeah, she looks like auburn or something, or like there's like some basically a word that equates to brown.
Yeah.
But then in like another book, in one of the other books, it says that she got like a black eye or something, and she looks like a panda bear.
Interesting.
Which would imply that she is white. So
yeah, I don't know.
So I think people just read into certain adjectives.
Yeah, but based off of her specific traits of mainly being smart, I don't think that would matter. Unless I'm forgetting some source material. I do know, because she was a mudblood, which is what they call someone that's born magical from Muggle-born parents.
Right, yeah.
Because she was a mudblood, she did get bullied by the purebloods.
I gotta be honest, there's not much more I can contribute to this conversation.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Like,
I'm just going on a rant.
Yeah.
But anyway,
ow! Fuck!
my point being,
Sorry, I have violent reaction to that. Cause like Link just got like he looks like he just took a football to the gut when he got hit by that rock. So I just felt that. I've been hit in the gut by a football.
ooh, I've been hit in the gut by a soccer ball.
Oh, hey,
it
twins!
Sucked.
Yeah. So yeah, just seeing him just like go pff, after getting hit by that rock, I was like, fuck!
I was literally in a soccer game when that happened and got hit in the gut, and I like keeled over and died.
Ooh, man.
It sucked. Like I just straight to the gut. Someone kicked it and it flew in the air and it just straight to the gut.
Damn, dude.
I had to sit out of the game for like a hot minute to like catch my breath. Like
Oof.
they had to literally like pause the game so they could like sub me out. I remember that. Anyway, I think I made my point with that rant that I did.
I think you did too.
Yeah, I think one more show and then we can wrap this episode because we're coming close.
Yeah.
There was one more show that I forgot, which is called The Beginning After the End. And the concept is that there was this brutal king that got killed in his past life and then got reincarnated into a different world as a little boy.
Interesting.
And so he has the mind of a 30-year-old man and remembers his past life as a king, but is like literally going through life, like growing up again in a child's body.
Huh.
So, this show is also kind of interesting if you want to watch it. It might be one of the shows that you might find entertaining. It has like magic and like mana, basically, is what they call it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that term. It's used in video games.
Yes, exactly. And so, and then he like grows up and becomes pretty powerful.
Oh.
So, but it's just funny because when he's first born, he's like opening his eyes and he's like, who are these people holding me? Why can't I move my limbs? And he's like pissed off that he has to like basically rely on other people to survive when he has the brain of a 30-year-old man.
I mean, if I opened my eyes and I was a baby, I'd be pretty pissed too.
Yeah, legit. He's like, I can't wipe my own bum. Like, he's mad. But then it's kind of sweet because he learns to love and like grows to love his parents. Even though like he was this brutal king in his past life and he didn't love anybody and like didn't give a shit about people.
Wait,
and,
so
like,
the king, he's like in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
But then the world he wakes up in, is it fantasy also?
Yeah, so I think his past life when he was a brutal king, his past life was more futuristic.
Oh.
Like, they had more advanced technologies, like flying cars or blimps or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then he's reincarnated into a fantasy world where they only have, like, wagons.
Okay, so it's like...
It's like swords and wagons.
So it's an isekai.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, you know what an isekai is, right?
Explain again.
It's a common trope in anime when a character is transported to a fantasy world. Mm-hmm. Like, you could say that the first core of Sword Art Online is an isekai. Because they're trapped there.
Yeah, so it is kind of like that.
Okay.
Where he's transported to a different world that's sort of similar to his old life, and he kind of creates parallels, but also at the same time it's different. And it's fantasy, and he learns how to, like, use his abilities, and because he has the brain of a 30-year-old man in the body of a child, he's basically a prodigy because he can pick up on things faster based off of his previous life and intelligence that he has.
Right.
So, yeah. So that might be a show. Just the two shows are the MASH Magic and Muscles show that I mentioned, and then The Beginning After the End. Those are probably the two shows I'm watching right now. Well, I finished MASH, but the two shows that you might want to watch if you want to.
These are both anime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. I'd have it no other way. God, get in there.
Maybe can you put the pole closer to the edge?
Maybe that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm doing, it looks like it won't work, but I'm curious to see if it will.
There we go. Is the rock to prevent it from sliding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to provide more support. I'm just like trying to like minimal effort this shit.
That other pole that's in the way. That's annoying.
I want to make this work though. Okay,
maybe?
it's pretty snug in there.
Yeah.
We'll see how this works. As long as there's no wind, I think we're good.
Wait.
I did it.
I saw the pole move, thinking it was the...
See, the pole moved, but the sign did not.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
See, I can eyeball it, and I'm like, yeah, this will work.
This'll work.
I did that one puzzle with just 2 snowballs, and it worked. I'm a physics savant. Yeah, give me my rupees, give me my money.
I still love how you always are like, I took physics, but it was just like intro to high school physics, basically, and never again. We have the same level of physics knowledge. You know that, right?
Oh, but I have more experience with physics in video games.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, but that's all the difference in the world. Don't roll your eyes at me. How dare you? One of these days, I'm gonna find the final Addison sign, and we're gonna see if there's a secret reward for that.
Shows are done, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Devil May Cry is awesome. Watch it.
Okay.
Also, viewers watch it. I mean, that was mainly the viewers.
Oh.
You do what you want.
Okay.
I mean, also, I would say that that Devil May Cry, like, while I do like the show, and it's like, it's personally what I want out of a Devil May Cry show, and not like there actually wasn't a Devil May Cry anime, like in the early 2000s. And I saw it, and it was okay for me, but that friend who complained about the new show likes that one more.
Interesting.
And I was like, well, this isn't really what I like, what I want out of this character and the storytelling. And it's not really what I want to see in a Devil May Cry show. So, for me, that's what made it for me, because it was just like, oh yeah, this is everything I wanted. And, but I will say that in some ways you're better off just experiencing the games, because everything is presented in like a reasonable order. And there was a lot of stuff that was just thrown in there. Like, I was like, why are these boss enemies here? They're like from 3 different games. And like, it was a little crazy, but like, as someone who has not played Devil May Cry, you would not see those things. So
yeah,
Devil May Cry is awesome.
Okay. Want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a korok real quick, and then when I find him, we're gonna wrap it up.
Where is he?
He's on the dam. Damn, son, where'd you find that? Wait, what's the name of the dam? Rutala Dam. I don't know that character.
I thought of the Pokemon Rattata.
Like the bitch ass you find on the first route of the first game.
No, like game. Actually.
Yeah, purple rat. Let's name our dam after a purple rat.
Rattata.
Yeah, most of these locations in the game are named after characters from previous Zelda games.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, like I could probably point one out to you that I know.
I think I recognize Zora.
Well, Zora's the name of the race of fish people. Like Zora's domain, that's on the nose. But I believe Ruto is a character in Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
A Zora princess that kind of like falls in love with Link, but he's just like, I'm uncomfortable with the situation because I kind of have a duty to Zelda. Dude,
Link is another classic harem character that does not give a shit about anybody else.
Yeah, just like, Zelda.
All these other girls are like throwing themselves at him. Nope, Zelda.
And he was engaged to Mipha in the past of Breath of the Wild. They were engaged.
Are you kidding?
I am not. But I think it was like a formality thing, or if it may have been arranged, but I was like, yo, he's actually engaged to her?
It's like, what?
I think that's the first time Link's been engaged to anyone ever.
Yeah. I swear I watched a video about how, even though it doesn't explicitly state it, there's like some form of proof, subtly, that basically Zelda and Link are involved.
Well,
to some degree.
Yeah, most games have not shown any sort of like affection between
Yeah, like
them.
explicit romance.
Like, I would even argue that these two games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, didn't really show that much.
Right.
The most I've seen them have like clear feelings toward each other is in Skyward Sword.
That makes sense.
Because she's not actually a princess in that. She's more of a she's just the chief's daughter. Mm-hmm. And she's more of a normal person.
Yeah.
And yeah, she does have ties to the goddess because of, Allah, the Zelda lore. But she knows Link as like a childhood friend.
Right.
They grew up together.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure there's wasn't there a game where like they literally like shared a house? I thought there was subtle signs when like Link moved into Zelda's house or something.
Reverse that. It was actually between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. In Breath of the Wild, you can buy a house and furnish it.
Okay.
And make it your own. But then Zelda, it's implied that Zelda moved into that house by the events of Tears of the Kingdom. And I was like, what the fuck? I worked for this house. I paid off the fucking mortgage. You just can't steal this shit from me. But then I was happy that I could build my own house elsewhere in the game, so that kind of like equaled it out. That kind of balanced it out. But when I took the journey all the way back to that house in the early stages of my playthrough while streaming the game, I was so miffed by that. I was like, what the fuck?
But her moving into his house kind of implies there's a little bit of something there.
Yeah, a little. And
I've always kind of assumed as such, I guess.
But then they call it Zelda's house. It's like, what the fuck, man?
She just took over.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you get married and then get divorced, all of your legal stuff is the wife's as well, so it is what it is.
Oh, man, awful.
I guess don't get married then.
Nah, it's fine.
Well, you know the saying, like, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine?
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of the saying of the wife of, like, I get 50% of your shit, but I get all of my shit. You don't get 50% of my shit.
This vehicle is working surprisingly well for just a plank of wood.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably wrap up right now.
Yep.
We are almost at an hour. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching or listening, however you enjoy Podblivion. I know there's a few of you out there, and I think the numbers are growing.
I saw our most recent episode got more views, actually.
Yeah, 32-ish, last time I checked.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna, like, cap at 12, and I was sad.
Yeah, I think it just takes people a while to get to it. Like,
yeah.
Which is weird because I upload these on weekends, and so there should be plenty of time to... But I guess people will have more plans on weekends, so...
I guess, but you upload them on a Saturday in the morning, so, like...
It's like Saturday morning cartoon, but... I guess no one has time. It's
yeah,
weird.
whatever, weird.
But yeah, there are people, a surprising amount of people actually, people that I mainly just see in my streams that say, oh yeah, I watch Podblivion.
Oh, nice.
Like, oh, okay.
Sweet.
You didn't strike me as a Podblivion viewer. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate you guys. Make sure to leave a like on this. We're not asking you to like watch the whole thing through, but like.
I hope people enjoy our rambling.
Yeah. It's just kind of like stream of consciousness. I am uploading clips, so that should help bring in more viewers. They're gonna be like, oh, this is what this is about. This is what this is like.
Right.
So, I do need to finish up the upload for this Wednesday. So tomorrow, not to like date this recording, but yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, we appreciate you guys. Leave a like. Hit the notification bell if you've not done that already. You'll get notified when we upload these. Change your notifications from personalized to all so that it doesn't like glitch out on you, because that's been known to happen. Thanks, YouTube. You guys suck. And
moral of the story, everything sucks.
Everything sucks. And yeah, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
So aggressive.
We've come a long way from Ooga Booga.